welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host, and today what we are going to do is a ribbed stitch. It will look the same on the front and the back. You can kind of see it a little bit better on the back side. I'm using scrap yarn with a 6mm Susan Bates hook, J10 for US sizes. This is a stretchy stitch. Textured stitch. This stitch is not going in my blanket, but I wanted to show you. I had some questions on how to do this, so I wanted to show you this stitch. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is. Mine happens to be tea, and let's get started. Okay, this is going to be the ribbed stitch, and I have crocheted 26 stitches or chains. This is a multiple of 2, so any even number will work. And what we're going to do is the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to double crochet. In every stitch back across, we will double crochet. Now this ribbed stitch that we're going to do is, you can use this as the starting of a cardigan, the bottom, the rib that goes around a hat. You can do it for your sleeves. This is not my preferred method. Or you can just make a cardigan completely out of the ribbed stitch or a really nice squishy blanket. You can also do a scarf. Your imagination is the limit. It makes a very textured item. I prefer to have my ribbing done a little differently, so I will show you how to do this. If I'm going to do a ribbing around like the bottom of a cardigan, which I will show you guys how to do because I think I'm going to put a ribbing around the bottom of the cardigan that we're working on Fridays. I'll show you a different way to do that. I like a more fine ribbing than what this is going to give you. But this is an excellent way to get ribbing if you want to do ribbing. You could even do this around the edge of a blanket. For the edging of the blanket would be good. It's an easy way to do the ribbing, that's for sure. Okay, we're almost to the end. My hands are very cold, so it has turned off cold, and I'm cold today, so I'm kind of stiff crocheting. It's still early in the morning. So now that we are at the end, you should just have double crochets like that all the way across. Then we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and in this one we are going to go behind and do a back post double crochet, and in the next one we are going to, this is a front post double crochet. We're going to go back behind and do a back post double crochet. Let me redo. Can't believe I told you wrong. When you work in the front of your work, it's a front post, and whenever you go from the back side, it's the back post. So you yarn over, you go through between your first stitch and your second stitch, you go under, you pull it up, and you're working around the post of the stitch, which that's what this is right here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now the back post, because we're going to be alternating these all the way across, the back post is you go from the back side and bring it around like so and pull through. And then you pull through 2 and pull through 2. Then we're going to go to the front and do the same thing. And then you're going to go to the back. And if you have to turn your work over, that's okay. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on how loosely I'm crocheting. And then we go to the front. And we're working around those posts of each stitch. Then we go to the back. I lost my stitch there. It's easy on the back post to lose your stitches, so make sure you keep it a little bit snugger than you normally would, because you'll lose your stitch will go out of your hook sometimes. Let me slow down and do that. So this is what we're looking like so far. So the front post, because we went to the back, the front post is just wrap it around that bar. I pull up sometimes ever just a little bit to make it easier. The back post is you turn it over and you go around the bar this way. Come in from the back side. Pull it up just a little bit. The front post. I get going and I forget that you guys need to see this slowed down. The back. The front. The back. Make sure you don't get any other, like I just had that loop in there. Make sure you don't get any other loops. You just want to go around the bar. You don't want to catch any loops. The back. And the front. And the back. This will also shrink your square just a little bit, just because it's going to be pulling it in like a ribbing does, you know, because it's stretchy. Now when we get to the end, we're going to back post. And then we still have one stitch, which is the chain space. And we're going to go into the top of the chain 3. Or the top of that space. It's going to be chain 2 from now on. Chain 2. We don't work around. So now we are front post because that's where we're at. Back post. If it's on the back side, you back post. If it's on the front side, you front post. So this one's on the back side. It's not sticking forward, so we go around the back. And you're just going around the post of the crochet. You're not working into the tops of the crochet. We just go around that post, just like so. Same thing on the back. We go around the post, like so. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's the same as the front on the back. Let me turn it over so you can see it a little better. The back side, you go around the post on the back side like that. And the front, because they stick out where you're supposed to be, so. And if you need to bend your crochet a little bit to get your hook around, that's okay too. And this is what we're looking like, and we're just going to work all the way up. And if you're going to do this as a square, then you do this as a square. If you're going to do a hat, say you want this ribbing, and it makes a very thick textured ribbing that stretches pretty good. And if you wanted to do a hat, you would do 20, depending on the size of the hat, you would want to do it 20, if you're going from the bottom up, 20 to 22 inches depending on who you're making the hat for, to get your ribbing. And then about 3 inches up, you would only do about 3 rows of double crochet. And that is your rib stitch. I'll do a couple more rows or a couple more times with you. But this is a simple, easy way to do a ribbing for projects. It makes a stiffer ribbing than what I like, so it's not my preferred way to do it. I have done it this way. I have people that really like this style of ribbing. When I was selling hats and stuff, they liked how warm it was. But yet it breathes, because it does have holes on you can see those holes on the side when you pull it out. It breathes, but yet it's thick and warm. I prefer to do the ribbing a different way, which I will show you on whenever we get to that point on the cardigan. But if you're starting from the bottom up, this is a really good way to do ribbing on a hat. And that is your rib stitch. And I am not going to put this in my blanket, so I am not going to continue on. I just wanted to show you this stitch because I had some questions on how to do a very simple rib stitch. Now we're at the end, and that was the back post, and we have to come over here and do into our chain 2, double crochet on the end. The end stitches will not be, either end will not be worked into. Just doing our chain, we're not going to go around. You're always going to start with a front post double crochet. If you think you need to start with a back post double crochet, then your stitches are off. You should always be starting with a front post. Or if you start with a back post, then you start with a back post. And this is how it's done. So now that we have that, now you can see how the texture is bumped, and I can put my fingers in between. They're bumped. The texture is bumped up, and it'll work as long as you do this rib stitch, it'll go all the way up. And you can see the texture there on the side. And it's on the back side too. You can't see it very well, but it's the same on both sides. You have that texture. It's a stretchy stitch. It doesn't stretch as well this way, but it does stretch this way, just like a ribbing does. So there's the rib stitch. I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe the channel, and y'all have a blessed rest of your day.